So I picked up my 2022 Maverick 2 days ago, and I'm about to head over to the shop and get some new tires installed. You know, one of the things, if there's any advantage to waiting so long to get one of these trucks, is that you have time to do a lot of research. And one of the things I found curious about the Maverick is that the stock tire that comes with the FX4 package is this Pirelli Scorpion ATR. And in my mind, and in the minds of a lot of other customers, it's really not a true all-terrain tire. And when you look at the tread pattern, I think you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's not very aggressive, and a lot of people who have had this truck for months, a year before me, have said the performance off the pavement just isn't what you need or expect. And so I knew before I got this truck that I was going to have to put some new tires on it right off the bat for the kind of use that I intend for it. And I actually found a really nice deal at Walmart, of all places, on the Walmart website. They were running a special on some Cooper Discoverer ATs, and I picked up a set of these for about $121 a tire on special. And the normal price on these is $141, which is really reasonable for an all-terrain tire. And these Pirellis are not cheap, and I think they're probably really nice tires on the road, but for the off-road use, they're just not there, and they're about $213 a tire. So definitely not cheap, and I didn't think they were gonna meet my needs. So I picked these up. I just wanted to give you guys a little comparison. I went up 2 sizes on the Coopers. These are 245 65/17s, and the stock tires on the Maverick are 225 65/17. And I know for a fact that these are gonna fit with no rubbing, because again, lots of guys have put these on. You know, when you put this tire next to the stock tire, you can see that it's a little bit bigger, a little bit beefier, and it's about an inch taller overall in diameter than the 225s. So I'm gonna gain an inch in tire diameter, and that's gonna basically lift my truck half that amount, or roughly half an inch. So that's gonna take my ground clearance on the Maverick from just about 8.9 inches to about 9.4 inches. So from about 9 inches to about 9.5 inches of ground clearance. And I just wrote down a couple notes. I wanted to compare the specs between these two tires. So the Pirellis that are the stock tires, they have a 50,000 mile tread wear warranty. These Coopers actually have a 55,000 mile warranty on light trucks and 60,000 miles on SUVs. Speed ratings on these two tires, the Pirelli is an H speed rating, which is 130 miles an hour, and the Coopers are a T speed rating, or 118 miles an hour. Certainly more than enough for what I'm gonna need on my truck. And interestingly, the load rating, the load index on the Pirelli stock tire is 1,874 pounds, and on these Coopers, it's 2,403 pounds. So these Cooper all-terrain tires can actually handle a load 529 pounds more than the Pirellis. And what impresses me about that is you're not really giving up a whole lot in weight in exchange for that. You know, one thing you have to think about when you change tires, especially when you're going up sizes, is how much additional weight are you adding here, because that added weight reduces, you know, your fuel economy, and it makes the truck obviously has to work harder to push those tires. Well, the weight on the stock Pirellis is 31 pounds, and the weight on these Coopers is only 32 pounds. So I'm only going up 1 pound in overall weight to go up 2 sizes. I'm getting a much more aggressive off-road tread. I'm getting a longer tread wear warranty, a much higher load index, and I'm giving up a little bit on the speed rating, but honestly, 118 miles an hour, I'm not sure this truck is ever gonna see that. I know it will do it, but I'm not sure my truck is ever gonna see it. So with that, we're gonna head over to the garage and have my mechanic throw these tires on. I think it's gonna be interesting to see, even though it's not a super dramatic change in size, how much beefier and more okay, truck-like, if you will. These are gonna make the Maverick look, because I've seen pictures of these 245s on other people's trucks, and I think it's a pretty big change for a relatively minor modification. All right, so as you can see, I've now had the Cooper 245 65 R17 all-terrain tires installed here on the truck. You know, I had said before I had them installed that I thought it was going to be a big improvement. Honestly, in hindsight, I think it's a pretty dramatic improvement. You know, the more I compare the before and after, I really think the 225s that come stock on the Maverick are almost cartoonishly undersized for the truck. And I showed this to a buddy of mine just today after I got back from the dealer who installed them. And he said it just looks so much more truckish. So I think it adds a lot of cool factor to the truck. And let's face it, we all want a truck that looks good. I think it looks a lot better. And as you can see from the treads, I'll show you a little bit of close-up on that. I just think it's going to do so much more from the standpoint of off-road capability. Not only is it a taller tire, so I've got an extra ½ of ground clearance, it's a wider tire, so I've got more of a contact patch between the pavement or the off-road surfaces, so it's that much more grip. Now, one thing you got to realize is you're going to give up a couple miles per gallon in exchange for that, but I think it's well worth the trade-off. And you can also recalibrate the computer on the truck to go up to 235 65/17. So that's as high as it'll go on the Maverick, because that's the largest stock tire that Ford offers. So you're still going to be one size over if you put the 245s on. But again, that's going to be a very negligible difference. And I think I can actually run some calculations online and put that up on the screen to show you that you're only off a couple miles per hour at highway speed. So again, to me, not a big deal. The miles per gallon, again, to me, not a big deal, because I'm looking to have a truck that I can use outside, do various outdoor activities, hunting, fishing, camping, you name it. So that's a look at the swap from stock tires to 245 65/17s. I think if you're looking at getting a Maverick or you already have one and you're looking to upgrade, this is a great size to consider. Just had one drive home so far, pretty quiet on the way home. Ride didn't really feel any different. So overall, I'm enthusiastic about them, and we'll just see how they perform as time goes by. Thanks for checking the video out, and I hope you guys are all having a great time with your trucks. And if you're waiting for one, I hope you're planning your mods and you can do some fun things with them when your Maverick finally shows up at the dealer. Take care.